Hi there once again from a very hot UK. Imagine a war zone. There are some really awful places to be in the world at the moment. We see them on the news. And yet, if you look closely, you will see children playing, even in these war zones. Children find a way. Playing is instinct, and it's the way that they develop. But here's a difficult question, perhaps. When was the last time that you, as an adult, played, truly played? I don't mean spending time looking at social media, and I don't mean watching TV. I mean actually playing in a way that means you lose track of time. You feel joy. You feel engrossed, which means you forget you're a grown-up and you have lots of responsibilities and jobs to do. If you're struggling to answer, when was the last time you played, or what sort of play do you enjoy, then you're not alone. Play gets squeezed out of our busy adult lives, and many adults have forgotten how to play and what they enjoy. So today I'm going to talk about 8 different types of play for adults. I love this topic. It helps us get back to what we enjoy, to playing as adults and how we do it. It's very much missing in lots of people's lives. And as ever, you'll be learning some brilliant English language as we go. Real vocabulary, really useful words for mental health, well-being, and just enjoying yourself. Before we get to 8 ways that adults play, let's talk about what happens when you don't play. And it's quite serious. Dr. Stuart Brown is a psychiatrist and an expert in play. He studied it for years and founded the National Institute for Play in California. Early in his career, Dr. Stuart Brown was a member of a team who investigated the 1966 University of Texas Tower shooting. A man called Charles Whitman was the shooter. And the conclusion of Stuart Brown's team? Charles Whitman had suffered years and years of play being suppressed by his controlling father. He didn't get to play enough as a child. Now, Charles Whitman is an extreme case, but it shows that play is important. It isn't trivial. And this shaped Dr. Stuart Brown's thinking and ideas throughout his career. He's collected over 6,000 play histories from people. That's the best sort of research to me. He did detailed interviews with people, looking at how play, or the lack of it, shaped people's lives. He says when adults experience a serious lack of play in their lives, they often have a kind of smouldering depression. That word, smouldering, SMOULDERING. To smoulder literally means to burn slowly without any flames, like a fire that hasn't properly gone out. So he's saying that if people don't play enough, their mood is like a low-level persistent depression, flatness, a lack of optimism, a feeling that something is missing in your life, perhaps. I wonder if that feels familiar. Many of us are stressed and overworked and too busy, and maybe life seems a bit dull and colourless. We need to find our way back to play. But what does play look like for an adult? When we say that word, we immediately think of children in a playground, perhaps, or maybe organised team sport. But Dr. Stuart Brown's definition of play is any activity which is done for its own sake, which we do because we enjoy it and no other reason. And if you're truly playing, you lose track of time. You're completely absorbed in what you're doing. You're not thinking about your to-do list or what you look like. Another way we say this in English, you're in the zone. The point is, play is a state of being for adults, not a specific activity. And further research backs this up. In February 2025, Oregon State University published some fascinating research. The lead researchers, Chung-Yu Shen and Zoe Crawley, interviewed over 500 adults during the COVID-19 pandemic in the US. They divided people into high playfulness and low playfulness groups. And they found that the high playfulness people were much better at something that Shungyu Shen calls lemonading. I hadn't heard that phrase before, but I know what it means. The verb to lemonade is a new one, but it comes from that saying. You've got lemons, make lemonade, meaning you've got a situation that disappoints you, make the most of it, adapt. So lemonading during the pandemic meant accepting you couldn't get on with life as normal, but make the most of the time. And the highly playful group showed greater resilience. That's resilience. They were able to bounce back from difficulties, and their mood and levels of enjoyment were greater. The playful people managed the 2020 lockdowns much better. They presumably saw the COVID-19 pandemic as opportunity to play a little bit more. In a minute, I'll tell you about the different types of play. But first, if you're enjoying this podcast and you would like more episodes that mix fascinating topics with brilliant English vocabulary, join our subscription service. You get 8 extra episodes per month, ad-free, for a tiny fee. If you want your English to grow without it feeling like hard work, without it feeling like studying, then go to Adept English and sign up now. And if you'd like more structured learning, try Activate Your Listening. That's our course to improve your fluency in English. So if you're not normally playful, how do you find your way back to play? Stuart Brown has identified what he calls play personalities. Let's talk through them. See which ones you are. And there may be more than one. And if it's a while since you truly played, you may need to think back to your younger self. I'll tell you which ones I am at the end. Number 1, the collector. This play personality gets joy from collecting things. It could be objects, coins, antiques, old teapots, or it could be experiences. Visiting every national park in the country, ticking off all the different roller coasters perhaps. The collector enjoys the hunt, the search, and gathering things together. If you've ever lost an afternoon on eBay, tracking down a particular object to buy, then maybe this is you, the collector. Number 2, the competitor. That's from the verb to compete, compete. Competitors enjoy games and challenges. It might be a team sport, but it could also be a Tough Mudder or a 3 Peaks challenge or a bike ride that takes several days. Competitors like to compete, and if they're in a game, they like there to be rules and an outcome, and they enjoy the high stakes of winning. Thinking of the football, we talk about the agony and the ecstasy of football when we're invested in the outcome of a match. This is where the joy lives for the competitor. Number 3, the creator or artist. For these people, play means making something, painting, knitting, woodwork, gardening, even perhaps repairing broken objects. Creators enjoy, creating things, often things of beauty. It may also be building things. If you like making Lego, then you're probably a creator. Number 4, the director. And this one surprises people. If you're a director, you find your play in planning. Directors are born organizers. They genuinely get enjoyment from bringing people together, designing an experience. They might make a spreadsheet for a holiday, or a seating plan for a dinner, or enjoy planning a magical mystery weekend for their friends. If planning the party feels better, more enjoyable than the party itself, you're probably a director. Number 5, the explorer. This can be quite literal. You enjoy exploring new places, new countries, new different types of food. But this can also be about new ideas, new theories, new knowledge, or new science. Explorers are curious about everything and they collect knowledge and experiences. Explorers might go deep into a subject because it's interesting rather than because it's directly useful. Number 6, the joker. That's Joker, the person who makes jokes all the time. This person's play revolves around laughter and silliness. Making other people laugh is what lights you up if you are a joker. If you're the one who jokes around in meetings at work, or if you're known for this with your friends. If making people laugh is your thing, then being the joker is perhaps your way of doing play. It might even mean going round and listening to different comedians doing their jokes. Number 7, the kinesthete. I'll spell that. That's Kineasthete from the word kinesthesia. The US spelling there, drop the A. So kinesthesia means your awareness of your body's movement. And if you're a kinesthete, your joy, your play is in movement, in moving your body. Joy and play is experienced through physical activity. You're not driven by winning, so it's different to the competitor. If you're a kinesthete, you love the sensation of your body moving. You may enjoy dancing, swimming, hiking, yoga, anything that gets your muscles working. And the physical experience of moving is your reward. The last one, number 8, the storyteller. If you're a storyteller, if that's your type of play, then imagination is the important thing here. Storytellers play through narrative. That's Narrative. They read novels, watch films, enjoy writing and possibly even acting. They may even just be a great raconteur, someone who enjoys telling stories themselves. If you've ever been so engrossed in a book that you've missed your stop on the train, then maybe the storyteller is your type of play. So did you see yourself in one of those, or maybe 2 of them? Stuart Brown says typically people have 1 dominant type of play and 2 secondary ones. If you find it difficult to imagine yourself playing, think back to you as a child and what you enjoyed. What did you like doing when you were 8 or 9, before studying and work and adult responsibilities took over? Your play type is probably there waiting for you to pick it up again. I said I'd tell you mine. You might be able to guess. Clearly, I'm a creator. I love making art and I am a gardener. But I can also see myself in the collector as well. I like to find things for the house, clothes, shoes, and especially books. I love to collect those. But I can also sign up for the explorer. I love visiting new places, having new experiences, eating at different restaurants. But I'm also an explorer of ideas. I love a new theory. I love a bit of research, some new science that puts a different perspective on things. You probably know this part of me. And Shungyu Shen, remember from Oregon State University, she says even just 5 to 10 minutes a day of playing in the way that you enjoy can improve your mood, can make a difference. And apparently, Dr. Stuart Brown asks himself every morning when he looks in the mirror, how am I going to play today? What a lovely habit. Much better than, what have I got to get done today? So when you've listened to this podcast a couple of times and done your English language practice, perhaps listening to this has helped you identify what play is for you. Why not go and do it?